I used to be a runner chick, dodging hearts like hurdles, but now I'm planted, rooted in love, watered by trust, and growing in favor. I'm thankful that I had an opportunity to have someone that saw that I was a runner, and he would constantly trip me. I swear to God he would. But I tell you, you gotta know that you're a runner, and you gotta tell yourself that. You gotta be honest with yourself. That sometimes you're afraid for people to see who you really truly are. You do. It's always good to go back and listen to the music. The music is literally the cornerstone of everything in your life that you do and or try to refrain from doing. In this space of my life, I have literally had to go over every choice and every decision that I've made. And in this song, Aaliyah said something that has resonated with me. And that was, I decided to make a choice. And as the super duper fast decision making, always thinking I have the answers, I made a decision and I made a choice to exit out of a relationship that I didn't have any really solid ground. It wasn't a foundation. It was just starting. And instead of me being patient, which is something I prayed to God for, I made a choice and I made a decision to bounce out of the relationship. And when I did it angrily and I did it hastily. So with that, I also made sure to put a stamp on what I did. And that was choosing to go into a relationship with someone that I had been with when I was younger. And when I say younger, about almost 7 years ago. And when I made that decision wasn't based on that I knew I wanted to be with this person. It literally was like, well, if this person mess up, I will go back. And I did that. And I wasn't even there 2 months. And so many times people be like, oh, you girls and your women's intuition. I didn't have women's intuition. Oh, no. This was just like, well, you got to do this, so do this. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I could use their phone to do this because they sleeping. And I'm pretty sure I could figure out the code because I done seen you put it on your game so many times and you're a simple person. So I'm pretty sure that that's the phone code, right? Plus, we wasn't that type of couple. We be in each other's phones. There's no need to. I didn't feel no way. But when I decided to finish doing what I was doing, something told me, well, just go see what the messages say. And I'm like, but why would I see what the messages say? Go see what the messages say. And the messages said something that I literally was like disgusted. He was texting someone else a week before Valentine's Day. I found out. It was literally probably like 2 days after my birthday that I'm reading this message that says to somebody, I thought I wanted to be with her that bad. I thought I wanted to be with her. And the fact that I read his words as saying he thought is when I knew, okay, no problem. You don't have to think because as of this day, it's over. And I proceeded to go get the flowers that he brought me. And I went upside his head with the flowers. Now, everything else after that, I feel not to share or go into. But when I tell you, when you know who someone is, please, that is who they are. That is who they are. And I won't go into detail on this day. But I will speak about the other traumas that was caused by this person with baby mamas. But I tell you, when I saw that he messaged that, I immediately was like, dang, did I just bounce up about a situation because I was so busy trying to run from the other person? And the other person is my handsome. Yes, it is. And when I tell you, the reason why I have so much respect for my relationship is because the amount of disrespect that he's had to receive is beyond any disrespect that he should have had to receive. Because honestly, my disrespect was indicative of my past relationships and not being clear-sighted on who he was and where he was going. We both struggled with really trying to allow the person to be who they are without, scaring one another. Not in the sense that we didn't know how to. It was just new. And I sit here and share my story because so many times we can sit on, social media and pretend like everything is peachy perfect. You'll have to grow in life. You're going to make mistakes. 38 years, I have made a lot of mistakes. In relationships, one of them, because I did not have a teacher. I've been a student of this game for a very long time. And I tell you, it's sad. It is very sad. I watch how men speak about other men that do the right things. And I watch how men who don't have anything to give still speak about men that are giving. It shows where you lack. It shows where you don't have discipline. It shows who do you think you are? And I speak on that because the person that I got into a relationship with, he stepped on his toes. He sure did. Because he was very made aware that I was talking to someone else. But the moment the door flew open for him to be there, to slither his sneaky, slithering, nasty ass hands in, he did. And yes, I hope he is listening. Because I told him a long time ago that I was going to tell my story. I'm going to tell my story about every guy that I've dated because I want to be very clear. It is sick out there. You guys have a mental disease that you need to go fix and heal. So when I get on the internet or when I get into the space about loving on my man, is because my man has loved on me when I was literally trying to heal myself from the pieces of everybody leaving shit behind. Oh, what is the shit? Your baby mamas, your baby drama, your mama drama, your daddy drama, your job drama, you don't have nothing drama, you're not smart drama, you don't go nowhere outside of your house drama, you don't know nothing to help educate, teach me, or motivate me to get to. But again, you guys that sit out here and walk around like you have something to give. Shout out to the men that's out there telling these men to go work out, because that's where you'll get your mental strong. But for y'all calling men simps and all of this other stuff, be clear. Be clear at the person that's out here doing people dirty. What are they? If the man that's taking care of the woman is a simp, what is the one that's not? Because you always like to throw out subs. You always like to throw out something to distract somebody because that is who you are. Projection is real, folks. Projection is real.